Welcome to Riga, capital of Latvia in the Baltics, and welcome inside here to the Volvo Centre for tonight's curling action. And we have Scotland on 3 wins and 1 defeat against Japan on the same scoreline, so key game for both of these teams in draw 8. Tonight the honoured team is the United States, and so once the anthem is finished the action will begin. So for everybody who's listening, welcome to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship. I'm Richard Harding and I'm joined tonight by Kenny Edwards. Hello Kenny.
Thanks Richard, I'll just take you through the teams. Team Scotland, Claire Hamilton at lead, Vicky Adams at second, Anna Sloan at third, and the skip for Scotland is Eve Muirhead.
Lauren Gray's the alternate and David Hayes the coach, and they will play against Chiaka Matsumura at lead, second Emi Shimizu, third Mio Ichikawa, and the skip is Satsuki Fujisawa. Sweden undefeated at the top of the rankings after 7 draws, 4-0. Scotland, Canada and Japan all on 3-1. Switzerland and Russia 3-2. They played that extra game earlier today. Germany and the United States 2 wins, 2 defeats. Italy 2-3. Denmark 1-3. And unfortunately the host nation winless so far, alongside, maybe surprisingly, China on 0-5. Other matches tonight, apart from ours, on sheet A are United States against Canada. Derby match there, of course. Denmark against Sweden, another derby match. And on the near sheet here, because we're sitting on the right-hand side, next to Latvia against Germany. Scotland will play the Redstones and Japan the yellow. And the game will start off with the lead stones for Japan. Chiaki Matsumura.
Yeah, expect Japan maybe to play this first couple of ends in the house, and Scotland probably more aggressive of the two, so straight away going for the corner guard, so that's encouraging to see. So our first look at Claire Hamilton, 24-year-old from just outside Lockerbie. Part-time pharmacist and pretty much part-time or full-time athlete as well.
Full-time curler, part-time worker.
Sounds like a good job, Richard.
I was going to say, only the second bit applies to you. So, Matsumura with her second stone. Just trying to draw in the direct line of the first one. Block the prospect of a takeout by Eve Muirhead. Well, needed to draw a little bit further, and these are our general rules of play. They must play 6 ends in each of these games. They have 73 minutes to complete the game, each team, and the coach can be called to give some advice or help on one occasion throughout the 10 ends of play. scheduled ends of play anyway. So a nice shot by Claire Hamilton. Claire lives up in central Scotland now.
Yeah, she plays out of a small farm in Scotland.
Small club on a farm, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, both these teams are pretty much full-time curlers. Japanese girls do have full-time jobs with an electrical company, but their employers allow them to train and travel the world to pursue their career in their sport.
There's an interesting story about all of that, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the game. Just how advanced curling has become in Japan since the Winter Olympics back in 1998 in Nagano. So, Mickey Adams missing that one. So Emi Shimizu. Second for Japan. And this team come from, apart from the skip, they come from Karuizawa, which is on the bullet train ride from Tokyo to Nagano. 1 hour 15 minutes in the train, 200 kilometers.
So Vicky Adams, see if she can make up for her earlier mistake. And makes a nice hit and roll.
Yeah, just rolls in behind the Scottish stone in front of the house. Doesn't make her look any happier, but anyway, must still be remembering the first one. So, Mio Ichikawa, third player for Japan, also from Karuizawa. A resort town in the mountains northwest of Tokyo. So she removes the guard and rolls across to guard the right hand side of the 4-foot circle, looking from the players, looking from the skips position. So now a good chance to draw behind here for Muirhead, and although they've got last stone advantage and ideally would like to keep the 4-foot circle free, they've got quite a nice setup in the middle. Sometimes it's good to play exactly the opposite of what the tactics say to see what you can get your opposition to do, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it is the best way to go about it, Richard, but I'd say it's an orthodox way to do it.
But in this instance, when these stones were lying quite nicely in front of the house, and it is the first end, it could be worth a gamble to draw behind them.
Yeah, it certainly could.
Well, perhaps she's done better than that. Remove their counter and roll in behind to lie 2, so that's probably what you would have selected before my alternative possibility.
So Mio Ishikawa.
I think you've probably been right as well. Anyway, it's a stick from Ishikawa.
Scotland have got to be careful they don't leave an easy double, like a half stone double, So will want to roll in behind the guards. So Anna Sloan, the only left-handed player in the Scottish team. Doesn't quite make the roll, but it's quite a steep double.
Just pointing to the hit and roll, but I don't know how good that will really be, because I don't think they would lie first shot off this. Need to roll right across to the second stone. Now they're looking at the angle, see whether it's possible.
One thing I would say about this young Japanese side, they're pretty good at the takeout game. They're pretty accurate at the sort of controlled takeouts. Seen her already play a nice double to pick up the win earlier today against Germany. Bowler stick it on the side.
I'm just going to half that, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can notice here how much ice is being given
Like this, just touch forward.
halfway across, or a third of the way across the blue circle on the left. And this for the stone to curl
Is
round
it about
these
normal,
guards.
would you say? Yeah.
Which will and Eve Muirhead, familiar figure on our webcasts.
Stay close. Roll then. Roll if it's 9.
This looks like plenty of weight to me. I think it's going to end up in the back of the house anyway.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Needs to curl a bit more too. I think maybe they over-iced that a bit. Too much ice.
Yeah, I'm also surprised she didn't play the hit with that one. Just push the yellow through
Sorry, guys.
and roll in behind. Because even if you nose it, you'd be pushing
That's
the
okay.
red behind
Sorry.
the two yellow guards. You see it.
Well, that's right. You could certainly get the hit on the inside of the yellow, or the tap on the inside of the yellow, roll in behind, and on the way past push the other red in behind. Yeah.
I think there's quite a lot of room for error with that one.
With the one she just played.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly ended up an error. Right at the back. Not a great shot. So, last stone for Japan here in the first end. Fujisawa trying to make the draw in behind here. Steal a point if she can. Good looking line. Has she got enough weight? That's the question. No, she hasn't. So, coming up short with that. Japan lie second and third shot, which is no good to them whatsoever. And Eve Muirhead now has a chance to improve on her last draw attempt with one this time to, well, if she touches any of the 4-foot red circle, she'll get 2 shots here in the first end.
It's got a touch forefoot. Yeah, okay.
So Kenny, you're a betting man. How much to touch the 2 to get the second shot, touch the red?
I would.
I'll take this bet right now.
I would. 4-1 on, I think.
4-1 on. Right, I'll tell you whether I agree with that in about 20 seconds. Certainly slower than the last one. No doubt about that. The ice is fast.
Keep it clean if you can. Keep it clean,
Bad,
Claire.
but is it going to stop? That's the question.
Good Eve.
No sweat.
Well done, Eve Muirhead.
It's better.
Good.
It still wasn't light anyway, geez.
2 shots for Scotland in the opening end against Japan.
Good end.
And they will go into end 2 with that advantage.
So welcome back to the Volvo Sports Centre here in Riga, Latvia. For the game between Scotland and Japan. Scotland managing to pick up 2 points in first end with the hammer.
Good, Claire.
So let's see what Japan can do with the last rock in their possession.
Chiaka Matsumura this time going for the corner guard. Nice looking shot. Deep Muirhead just asking for the guard in front here.
Line's good.
Off Claire Hamilton's first stone.
Up tight. Got across centre line. Just wait. It's picking, I think. Hard. Go Emma, go. Come on, it's picking. Go, go, go. Hard. Hard, Emma,
So
you got it. Go,
this one
go, go, go.
just
go,
comes right down onto the centre line.
Go, go, go. Lost it. Good there.
You know what? I was playing up there in my kipper on.
I wonder.
Japan will be able to see most of this Yellowstone in the 8-foot.
Good.
And I don't think they've played enough weight with this one. And it's just over curled into the face of the red guard. Scotland go in, or do they peel the corner?
Poor shot there from the Japanese, and we can just go across to see the last stone on sheet D in the first end of play. Andrea Schupp hitting this red Latvian stone out and leaving 2 for Germany. So they lead 2-0 after the first end of play.
Yeah, nice result. I think you would have seen some of the teams maybe peel that corner guard off.
So now going for the raise on this front one. Chance to perhaps move at least one of the Scottish stones. Oh, no. Well, she was quite off target there. And the result is Scotland now lie 3 in the front of the house, which is pretty difficult to guard them all, but it'd be nice to put a guard in the middle of them all. Guarding as much as possible.
Got a wee bit, but not a lot. Keep it tight. Clear. Okay, heads up. 3.
Yeah, so the key for Scotland is not to get sucked into leaving stones really short of the house, and that's what they've done.
Yeah, well looked after. Nice shot.
And I like that one a little closer.
It's just a wee bit tight away.
Yeah, it's not a very good shot at all. Allows access to the 3 stones that were in the front of the house. Needed to be on the other side of the line there. So Japan Take both stones out.
Easy barrier.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think Scotland will be able to see most of the yellow as we see coach for Team Muirhead, David Hay. Actually managed to pick up a national championship fairly recently as well. Won the Scottish Seniors.
No, never, never.
Stay close.
Never, never, never.
Stay close. Go clear. Yep.
Yep, yep.
And nice hit and roll from Anna Sloan.
Nice shot.
Yes, just skiffed the second one in behind a little bit too. Now the three stones lined up there, and that's the Japanese coach.
And throwing the heat at this one.
Certainly is.
Oh, absolute bullet. What a shot. Good things come in small packages, Richard.
Well, she's took no prisoners with that shot, did she? Let's have another look at it. 1, 2, 3. All of them go. Oh, a cruel blow for Scotland.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be too disappointed though.
Oh, the end was building quite nicely for them, and now it's back to square one. But anyway,
Just
great
here.
shot from
Line's real good. Needs to be set.
Japan.
Just touch forefoot. Hard it.
Wonderful shot.
Whoa, whoa, easy, easy. Just clean it.
So back in the house again from Anna Sloan.
Good, nice shot. Good. She's going to think she's went heavy as well. Yeah. I know, so you split the house. What did you play for that tonight?
Second shot here for Ichikawa. The draw around the guards looks a bit heavy.
Yeah, I think Anna Sloan will get a chance to try and sweep this one through.
Well, that's a baddie. Maybe had a job bringing stone back to somewhere approaching draw weight after a previous one.
Head behind there, we're going to be short, so mine won't curl quite as much as yours, so I think we go about here.
So Muirhead then going to deliver her first stone in this second
12's
end.
nice.
4 stones remaining here
In the corner, she's not going to be
in
short.
this end. Scotland lie one.
Mine shouldn't curl as much as Anna's,
But,
hers probably went once across the line.
Satsuki Fujisawa, she has the last stone advantage here, and it's an open house at the moment. Either hit Scotland out or draw the button or draw somewhere if they need to. So, Team Muirhead
Line's real good. Needs to
trying to
curl, needs to curl.
draw a second stone into the front of the house and guard up that one of hers on the
Easy.
T line. Needs to stop now though. Could be too far. Well, it's not bad, but it sets up a relatively straightforward double.
It's quite fast.
Well, Satsuki Fujisawa is quite sure of the shot she wants every time. Not any self-doubt in her head.
Yeah, I think we'll just see the takeout, and I don't think I'll be too worried about rolling behind the corner guards here. I think if we can remove both reds, they'll be pretty happy.
Interesting playing the in-turn handle here. This one's drawing quite a bit. Well, she got them both. Wow. But, as you said, the stone rolled out in the process. So back to a blank house. Nothing lying in the house at all, and you might think this has been a dull end on the back of that, but it's actually had a few shots in play, including that terrific triple takeout from Japan third player, Mio Ichikawa, with her first stone. So Eve Muirhead then, her last stone now in this second end.
Easy, easy.
Yeah, just looking for the in-turn or clockwise draw in behind these two guards. Won't be too worried about slipping back of the tee as long as it forces Japan into playing a tricky shot for a single.
Okay, good. Good. Good, well set, guys.
Well, it's quite well played because it stops the straightforward takeout. And if Japan are not to be forced into taking this stone out and or tapping it back and lying there, thereby only scoring one, then she has to play a pretty good shot. And of course the danger is if she played a bit tight and catches, she gives up a point and Scotland would steal one to go ahead 3-0. So looks to me from the ice being given it's just a straight, pretty much a straight draw. Don't think she's trying to tap that back, do you?
No, Richard, I think it's just a draw to the 8 foot.
So last stone here for Japan. This one has to stop somewhere in the white area to count shot. It's a little firm. Wonder if Anna Sloan can sweep it right out. Well, she made it, but it ran on quite a bit. Scotland forcing the Japanese to take a single point in the second end in order for them to get back the last stone advantage going into end 3. Score now, Scotland 2, Japan 1.
So let's see what Scott can do. Can they pick up another multiple score with last stone advantage?
Easy, no. Off. Whoa, Vicky, no, never. Yep.
Good.
Shot clear. Why is it not working?
So nice draw in behind. Maybe a foot or so too far.
Pressing that one obviously still takes a second from T. もう一つってんだけどね。タイムは？
遅い。あ？遅い。
Yeah, I got 3.
There you see 2 centre guards on now, 1 in behind. Scotland could elect to maybe draw the open side.
Line's good! Line's good!
But
away from these 2 guards.
yeah, certainly draw the open side to try and pull the play away from the centre. Because really, when you've got last stone, you don't want to clog the centre up. You really want to keep that clear in case you get into trouble.
Good player. Just didn't finish the same. No.
But you
Good
see
player.
it's
Nice weight.
got a 3/4 bury.
So, second player for Japan, Emi Shimizu. Having a job with that name. I can get the other ones, but not that one. Good shot. Puts the 2 Scottish stones into the back of the house.
So, well, this one for Scotland, you see the red coming into the other red and the yellow rolling away. That yellow out on the wing isn't really in play. What you could do is roll back of tee and leave a nice nest. So I think I'd be tempted just to play the draw. Once again, you know what the ice is doing. You come in and control the top of the forefoot. By doing this, you're leaving a nice nest back of the 4. Although played it as good as you could, really.
Well, just rolling over the tee line. It might be better just stopping a little short of that. And we can slide over to the neighbouring sheet, where Canada is playing the United States tonight. And the last stone of the end here for Canada's Rachel Holman. They're sweeping vigorously to get this stone into the centre of the house for a single point. Canada lying 2 against at that juncture.
I don't mind the draw. I quite like it.
If they go there, they kill it. Tell her that or nose.
I don't know. Whatever you think, I like both. Okay.
I think if you're going to play the hit, you need to get away from the centre.
Or nose.
If he knows that, it's no good at all.
I think if we knows it, even if they get the hit and roll, we can clear.
Yeah, I know. Okay, nose. Nose.
No.
Even if
For me, Richard, that's a crazy call hitting the nose there. You're just leaving a massive pocket. You can go anywhere.
Okay.
barrier.
It's important you get your shooter away out of that 4-foot area. Get it across the top of the red to the right.
Well, that's not what's being called. Might be what ends up happening, but it's not what the selection was. I agree with you, quite right. All behind the tee line if this ends up more or less on the nose. And it really leaves Japan with an easy shot. Well, that's okay. But that wasn't what was called.
No.
So Scotland lie 4, but all of them are behind the tee line, and that leaves Japan the opportunity to draw to them into that little nest. We're heading back to the game on the other side of the ice sheet. Last stone here for Latvia against Germany in the second end. So it's a draw shot from Latvia for a single point. And they narrow the gap to 1-2.
Yeah, so there was a slight mistake there by Japan, slipping right past all of the Reds with quite a lot of room for error. So we'll want this one top of the 8-foot. Scotland will try and block the out turn or the left-hand side of the sheet as we are looking at this one right now.
Oh, no. Right back, no. It's not back. No. Right back. No.
Do you think Scotland could be thinking about the 8 already, Richard?
No.
Uh-huh.
Don't think so. They are lying 5 with 3 remaining stones, and Japan are still drawing, so that's a good sign. They'll try hitting something out. They're not going to get the 8, but this one's a poor one if it ends up short.
All 3 of them in there, out with a persuader. And have they done enough to keep it in?
Pretty good, but not good enough. Still lies at least 3 against, possibly 4.
Yeah, I think they've done enough for 4th shot. And that could be a real saver, that one, in behind. I think Scotland could get in on the end turn, right in on top of the button here.
If you're going for your 8, though, you've got to try and take that one out and roll to the wing. I would think Scotland will settle for 2 or 3.
Claire Hamilton in the left, Vicky Adams in the right, really giving this a right scrub.
Keeping hard to get the shot in the rings, and it won't go there. It finishes short. That's not very good. Looked slow all the way.
Yeah, I think maybe just got caught out. Well, the left-hand side of the sheet is swinging a lot more than the right.
Certainly looks that way. So I think Scotland still lie 3.
I think she was thinking about coming down and trying to chip as much of the red as she could see. I don't think that's the call. Just coming right down the right-hand side into the nest.
So the first stone of the skips here for Fujisawa, and the rest of the team come from Nagano, but Fujisawa comes from Kitami in Hokkaido. Well, this one needs to curl a bit to get anywhere near the stones in the 4-foot circle, and just too heavy. Scotland still lie 3. Only 1 stone to go for Japan here. Scotland have last stone advantage. They lie 3 at the moment.
Yeah, Scotland with
Okay, just touch. Full
5 stones in the 8-foot. Just be looking. Even if this one sits top of the 4, Richard, it doesn't have to be right in there on the button. Just blocks the route for Japan.
So Eve Muirhead then with the first of her stones in this third end. Scotland leading 2-1 at this stage.
Just needs to sit down. Pretty good. Maybe a foot too far, Richard.
Well, perhaps, but
Whoa, she's fast.
Yeah.
So that was short now.
maybe a fraction, but I'm sure as heck would be happier being red than yellow here.
Yep. I think they need a helicopter because there is no way in. Still think there maybe is an in-turn draw
それか
if you
ないね
come down and get tight to the red guard.
でも遅いわいやーやるでもこれじゃ無理
Possibly.
これ押せないしね
I think I prefer the other hand draw from the left of the house, left of the picture to the right, down that line and touch that red stone back.
ああそこでもこっちより入ってきそうだねいやーどっちもどっちのだってこれあるもんどっちでもいいよはあ色で
So Japan taking a bit of time on this one.
いやー微妙だね
Understandably so, at 2-1 down and facing lots of opposition counters with one stone remaining. So I think Scotland lie 4 at the moment, and they do have the last stone, so this one has got to count, otherwise it could be a pretty big score.
今何秒やった今9秒
So Satsuki Fujisawa
Need to get tight to the guard.
having to sweep really hard. The stone does curl more on this side. Well, she's got past nicely. Is it going to count? Well, only 4th shot. So a free draw for a 4 for Eve Muirhead here.
Okay, we set 3. Oh, okay.
Yeah, needs a
Touch button.
piece of the one foot though.
It is like there, it will curl in at the end.
Similar rate. You can afford to be a wee bit less.
Yeah, okay.
Eve Muirhead saying it is there. Most certainly is there. Just has to be careful not to tap the back one back too far. Should still end up with 3 points from the end, but chance here for a 4th point. So the out-turn draw for Eve Muirhead for a score of 4 points here in the third end. Scotland already leading 2-1. Sweepers need to keep it going here. Not far away, but needs to keep going.
Oh, absolute pistol by Eve Muirhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they will now lead 6-1 after 3 ends. Some superb play by Team Scotland.
Like 20. 25 and 12. Good. She's fast. Yes. Oh, come on then.
Japan looking rather shell-shocked. So, welcome back to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships 2013. We're bringing you coverage of Scotland versus Japan.
No, we're good. Okay, well, just throw it. Good, sir. Just play nice weight. Perfect. Shot.
Scotland leading 6-1. Japan with it all to do here. But they do have last stone advantage. And if they can maybe pick up a 2 or a 3 here, they can get themselves back in the game.
Well, Kenny, I have an observation a little bit. It's just that seeing the domination of Scotland in this game, it's hard to see how they could pick up a huge loss against Sweden in the second game that they played this week. They look in good form here. Wasn't just a 7-6 scoreline at the end. It was much worse than that, but they've bounced right back now, anyway.
Yeah, certainly have.
Why do you think that is?
I think they struggled to play against Maria Sigurdsson's side. I don't know what it is, maybe just a mental block. Every team has a bogey team, really, and anytime they come up against each other, it's usually the Swedes who come out on top.
So all that practice from Claire Hamilton being put to good use with these stones in the house.
Clean! Yeah! Clean! Clean! Good throw. Good back. Good, that's back.
No. Vicky Adams peeling the corner guard.
Good player.
Scotland feel they've scored enough. Don't really need to score any more.
Second play for Japan then, Emi Shimizu.
So, a little surprised they're maybe going for the shot stone in the house here, Richard. I think they should peel the corner guard. So, yep, eventually they get to the right shot.
Well, certainly this is a shot to go for, but I don't think there's any imminent danger. With the stones lying the way they are in the house.
It's good.
And we're just going to the neighbouring game. USA against Canada. Erica Brown, the American skip, with her last stone here in the third end.
Line's good. Line's good. Where are you? Whoa,
And
take
this
a look.
draw from Erica Brown.
Line's good. All you. 14:03.
Needing to count first shot
Nice shot.
against 3 Canadian stones, and it does. So the United States tie the game up at 3-all after 3 ends of play. Back in our game between Scotland and Japan. Japan lie 2 in the front of the house. Scotland lie 2 further in.
Yeah, so Scotland are going to overcomplicate things. They're just going to try and peel one of the yellows.
Hard, heel, hard, hard, hard.
This one must be tight away.
Go, go, go!
Okay, that's okay. Okay. Wasn't really peel, was it? Yeah.
So they do move one of the yellows, but
That's fine,
I've
Anna.
left a yellow sitting right on top of the other red.
Good.
So again, the Scottish team in control here. Line 3.
So, will Scotland just
Controlled.
peel the open one? I think they will. Yep, that's a sensible call. So Anna Sloan, daughter of the Duke of Bishop Cleuch.
Whoa! 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 Let it over, Carl. That's fine. Okay.
Our genealogy expert,
Okay.
the Duke of Bishop Cleuch. And is he here supporting Anna?
He isn't, no. Anna's father's never actually been to support her at a major event overseas at all. I think it involves spending money, Richard, so it doesn't usually come.
Well, not bad. Japan lying second and third shot after that.
It's actually not that bad a shot, Richard. They need to get some separation. Maybe just the shooter drifting a little far.
Start from unbeat their back one. No. No. Hit and roll to the wing. Hit and roll to the wing. Out the way. Yeah. Just barrier. Okay.
So the first stone for Eve Muirhead in this fourth end. You can see the score line behind there. 6-1. 81% Muirhead playing in this tournament so far. The controlled weight takeout on this yellow stone
Really hard.
of Japan's.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Ah, go sweat. Good job.
Okay.
So once more Scotland lie 2. And Fujisawa in more trouble here. One advantage she's got last stone, but of course Japan need to pick up more than a single point. Trailing 6-1 after 3 ends. going for the double takeout.
Take it right in the nose. Okay. Oh, wait. Just kind of controlled. What was the last one? It was back.
Right on the nose, says.
Okay, let's go 60s.
Even your head. That would leave Scotland lying 2 shots if she succeeded, with 1 remaining stone from Japan after this one.
Clean, close, clean, yeah, whoa!
Yeah, can't afford to roll on top of the red and leave a double.
No! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
And the way they've left that
It's good.
means the second red would go back onto the yellow, so good stone positioning.
Pretty good.
I think it's just going to have to be a straightforward draw to the forefoot.
8?
8?
So Japan, skip for Japan. Satsuki Fujisawa, this important shot to at least hang on in there in this game. Fairly big weight, calling the sweeping on furiously. Can she get 2 away? Well, it was a little unlucky, but she did get 2 away, but picked up the 1 point she needed to narrow the game score to 6-2. She was trying to take the stone out cleanly, pick up a pair, but the shot I don't think was ever on, so 6-2. Scotland now leading Japan after 4 ends of play.
So into the 5th end before the break. Scotland leading 6-2 in this one. Really controlling the game.
Yeah. Okay, line's nice. Line's good. To your back. We're good. To your back. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Hard. Okay, line feel good.
And you'll see Scotland drawing the open side now.
Stop there.
Good, Claire.
Good. Nice shot.
Perfect.
Perfect.
야, 이쯤이. 야, 하이레이야. 2, 5. ちょっとあるかな。2、3。2。ちょっとある。くっつく？いや、でもライン外だな。
And them 2 guards are pretty close together, so you've got to expect Vicky Adams to be able
Like the same? Alright,
to
yeah.
have a good effort at peeling them off.
It's not an easy double rep.
No.
It's hardly there.
Okay.
And I think
I was thinking Finn
I think no matter what, we're going to be going for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Come for it.
Some more way. Yeah, wait, nice. Nice look up, yeah.
Even you're going to draw around these two guards. Or have Claire Hamilton do that. And
Easy.
as she attempts that shot, we can have a quick look at sheet B next door. USA against Canada.
No, just leave it. No.
Draw shot here for
Just leave it here.
Canada's Rachel Homan
Let it die. Let it die.
to
Nice way.
get a single point. But this one could be a little bit heavy. It is heavy, and the United States steal a point there to go 2-1 ahead in that game.
I'm not sure if I like the draw around there, Richard. I think just go right on top of your red out wide. If they're deciding that they're going to tidy the stones up, open the centre, you want to have stones in just one area, so you don't have to worry about them spraying back down through the house in any direction.
That's a strange shot. So as I rather suspected, Eve Muirhead now going to work on these guards to get them all cleared out. Open up the 4-foot circle. Scotland lying 2 in the house, of course. But now they want rid of all the short stones that could cause them potential trouble later in the end.
No. Okay, buddy.
Don't like this one very much. Well, clears one off. The other 2 remain, and there was a good chance to go for them all there. Nikki Adams not very accurate with that one.
Do you want that?
Yeah, I didn't have a great slide last time.
But you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think that's still real.
So another go at clearing the guard stones out the way. Big weight. And same result. Cuts across the front of them. Takes the first guard away, leaving the other 2. And we're going to visit to Denmark against Sweden. The score 1-0 for Denmark at this stage, and Sweden just Maria Pritz just going for a takeout for a 1, forced into that by the Danes, and she will tie the score up at 1-1 after 5 ends.
So Japan trying to freeze this time. don't think there's any point in getting too cute with these guards, Richard. Just throw it hard, middle of the stone.
Even Anna, even nose is probably not bad.
That's exactly it, Eve. You're replacing it with your own stone, and it would be your own stone if you're driving it in, rather than the opposing stone.
Well, she did say it's not bad. She didn't say that's what she wanted. She got the nose hit, really.
If you got it anywhere high, it was going straight in that.
Better than the two yellows lying there for Japan.
Good job.
So, Fujisawa giving ice here for, I think, a little tap back. Just a little short with this one again. Good sweeping. I'm not afraid of hard work on the sweeping anyway, the Japanese women.
So now, Scotland, what do you do? Tidying up is pretty hard.
What else do you like?
I'm thinking, even if you were to take that. No. Well, I was thinking.
Or run that, you thinking?
Yeah, don't mind that. I was thinking if we can, like, just the
Draw weight.
bump to the
Yeah. Because right now I don't really like this.
No.
Like
I was thinking
I
even if
preferred that.
Even if we were to split that.
Yeah. Let's put that even to the hole to here.
Yeah.
And get a roll here. Even if you were to get the dead draw to there, what are they going to do? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Could you play
Well, I
the
don't.
back 20
Yeah.
just to move them about a bit?
Yeah.
Off the flop.
Because I don't like this. I don't mind that, but I don't like this. Because yeah.
It
Okay.
doesn't even need to
what
get it
way?
out, just to move it about.
Back eight.
Yeah.
You only need to move it a couple inches. Like we're probably better
We're
earning.
like back forward.
We're probably better earning the lighter side because that's not
Yeah,
a
I think
disaster.
so. I think
Okay.
go for T-weight then.
Yeah. It's not finishing huge here.
No, it's my intern, remember?
Like this.
Yeah.
Behind it. Trick needs to be careful. This is kind
So-
of similar to something that came up the other day. And
Go
I
for
think
T.
you all heard that. I don't think they really mind what they do. I think they're just going to place it anywhere.
If it is looking good, we'll just chip the angle of it. And if not, we'll take it right round. So just T-weight.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to play a tap back, I think, on the yellow.
T up here.
Yeah, 15, 20 is good.
Line's close.
Line's good.
Yeah. 5 hard. 7.
Really just trying to change the angle so that they can, if they get a chance, they can use it to take it out. This yellow stone of Japan's, if they can edge that out a bit. Well,
Okay, nice shot.
Good, Anna.
it's
Good.
a kind of
Good job.
compromise shot, really. She needed to hit a little bit more of it to get in behind,
Nice
or
shot.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Yeah, no,
and also to push it out into the open a bit more. We can head across to see Germany against Latvia. Score at the moment 3-1 for Germany. Chance here though for
Okay, that's fine.
the Latvians to get one back to narrow the score. And this they do with that nice shot. The score now 3-2 for Germany over Latvia.
Which way do you like rolling? Well, I guess.
いやーでも他になくない？あ、これじゃ微妙だよね。
微妙だね。
いやーでも大丈夫か。悪くはないか。ダブル。いやいやいやいや。
So Japan going to go all out, Richard, and try and maybe play
薄い
the takeout on the edge of that red that you can see.
それかあぶる
抜けることはないだろうから
Well, if they get that wrong, they'll not be going all out, they'll be going out. So
うんだからこれ
that's a toughie,
早いのでやるか抑え
tough
抑
shot
えて
to
やる
play.
いや
They could maybe get the double if they came tearing past the short one on the just outside the house. Hit there, hit the redstone on the top of the 4-foot circle. And took the other one out, but pretty hard to play that shot.
うん
So the first of two skip stones here for Satsuki Fujisawa. Not far away from this. Nice shot, but I don't know how much it really gained you. There's a chance now to
そっち行ったね
perhaps remove both these stones by Eve Muirhead. Scotland again have last stone advantage and the chance here for another big end to be picked up.
Yeah, although you just want to miss that, do you know what I mean? Okay, peel like on the nose. Like you basically want to miss the right one if you know what I mean, but if you just nick it.
Eva, you better coming into it.
No, I don't think so.
I actually think just the plain nose hit on the
Yeah, well,
the
yeah.
one shot stone and roll in behind Richard would be the call. Just lose your back one as well. If you get too cute and maybe try and remove both of them, you could end up sticking one in the 4-foot.
Ooh, swing, 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 swing.
Probably done enough though.
Okay,
It's fine.
that's pretty good.
That's curled another inch.
Well, I don't think Scotland will mind too much, clearing things out a bit.
あの3エンド目と同じライン 9と7なののポジション
So this stone has to count for the Japanese team. So going behind and live first shot. Well, that's a beautiful draw. Absolutely superb draw shot from Fujisawa.
It really is, Richard. Could be a game saver, that one.
Okay, you got to touch the button. Same as that one going up here. So it's like 25, wasn't it?
Yeah, just play how it felt. Where? Nice, 7. Up to you, bite the button. Line's good. 7 out.
Eve Steve Muirhead looking for a piece of the button. Did play this draw in the first end and in the third end. This needs to curl. And another nice stone from the Scottish skip. Scotland pick up one. They now lead 7-2 going into the break.
Yeah, well judged.
So in just a moment we'll have the highlights for the first half of the game. I'll show you how the score developed. Scotland in the first end, having a draw to the 4-foot circle for 2. Eli won the shot for a pair for an early lead.
Keep it clean if you can.
Muirhead,
Keep it clean.
her draw weight
Good, well looked after.
proving to be very accurate tonight. And that nice shot for 2 gives Scotland a 2-0 advantage. Japan got one back in the next end, and now Muirhead has a chance with her last stone to draw right into that 1-foot circle. Certainly pick up 3 shots, possibly even 4. So it came down to some furious sweeping by the front end of the team, and they swept perfectly to give Scotland its 4th point, and at this stage a 6-1 advantage over Japan. So in the 4th end, Fujisawa with her last stone is going for the takeout, trying to remove both the red Scottish stones, hold her yellow in at the back for 2, but jams it and only picks up the single point. So the score now 6-2. And in other matches after 5 ends, 2-2 US and Canada, 1-1 Denmark and Sweden in the 6th end, and Latvia just behind Germany, 2-3. So apart from our game, which is a little bit one-sided, the other 3 games are tight this evening. It's a bit like dinner at the zoo, isn't it?
I would like to pay to hear you say that, Richard.
Well, have a look.
You just repeated exactly what you said.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Well, he'll just look like Daddy Elephant bringing the dinner around to the rest of them. A little more refined, our Japanese friends. Not looking very happy, sad for them really in a way. That big score in the 3rd end really did for them. But they have got 3 wins here. They haven't been, a couple of them not terribly convincing, just by a point or 2. But tonight their play is too loose, and Eve Muirhead's draw weight has been absolutely deadly in this game. And the Japanese will have a big challenge to make the game go the distance with a 5-point deficit facing them going into end number 6. There we have it, the statistics after 5 ends. 90% for Scotland, 89 on draws, 91 on hits. And it's not a bad percentage for Japan, but they're trailing the Scots by an overall 13%, and that's a big difference. Or as they say in football, it's massive.
I don't think you can compare football with curling, Richard.
The difference is massive. That's the word that gets overused too much.
And there is a massive curling fan there. He made his trip all the way over from Scotland to support Scotland and Eve Muirhead here at the World Championships.
6, 7.
Line feel good.
So there you see it, the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen as we start end number 6. Eve Muirhead now will guide her team
No, Anna, off.
carefully through the next end or two.
Stay yourself.
And
Sorry, Claire.
since you won your own bet earlier on,
Okay.
are you going to bet this is going to go to 8 ends and then handshakes?
I think it might just go 6 ends.
Well, it can't because it's on television, so. It's 8 ends. 8 ends. I'm not really sure that Fujisawa knows what to do to try and combat this performance of Eve Muirhead's. I think she's a little bit intimidated by the Scottish skip. And for Eve, she spent most of her young life playing against teams, once she came out of the juniors, playing against teams that are a bit older than her. But here we have a skip who's a couple of years younger than her. So.
Yeah, we're good.
But
6, 7.
Line's good.
7.
Fujisawa is
7.
aware of
Touch forefoot. Line's perfect.
how good a player Eve Muirhead is.
Good.
Dominating the proceedings here. Chiaki Matsumura, 79%. In this game, after 5 ends.
あー、ちょっと曲がりすぎたな。1。おーいよ。
So 2 corner guards established. To allow the chance to draw behind them, but Vicky Adams being asked to remove this one. One further from the house.
Not heavy, not heavy.
No.
And she will miss altogether.
Still not looking very happy, Richard.
No. Shimizu, 86% in this game. Vicky Adams.
Clean. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Good job,
Good
mate.
back.
It's a
That was a
roll
good
from
throw.
Adams.
So what can Japan do? Probably just going to have to bump things around the forefoot.
Well, the trouble they've faced at almost every end is that the Scottish stones are right in at the 4-foot circle. They push them to the back, but it's easy for that shot to be removed. Anna Sloan then, 85% for her tonight.
Whoa!
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 Whoa! No, 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 no! No! Yep, Claire, go, go,
Go,
go! Okay.
Well, they're all behind the tee line, which does give Japan a chance of maybe getting more than 1 point at this end.
You see Anna Sloan didn't look too happy with that one. Would like to roll completely away.
So Japan once more. The 4-foot circle, 1-foot circle.
Yeah, I think they probably just look for a nose hit with this, Richard, to kind of keep the shooting stone above the tee line.
Anna Sloan will throw a heavy weight at this.
Good, Anna.
Go back, go back.
Good.
Deciding to roll everything.
Good, Anna.
Yeah. Good, nice shot.
Yeah. That's right.
So Scotland now lying 2, but both of them behind the centre line, and Miyu Ichikawa 60% only. Seems a bit low to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they've played badly. Scotland have manipulated the stones well, and Eve Muirhead has just finished things off. Really been a thorn in the side of this young Japanese team.
Where's the shot?
Okay, just peel it away.
Yeah.
Take your time.
So Skip Stone's now in the 6th end, Eve Muirhead 94%. It's impressive shooting tonight, including some really testing draw shots. Very, very accurate draw shots on her part. But this one, take out on the centre stone of the Japanese to lie 3 perhaps, or hit and run. Well, she hits and rolls out, but Scotland still lie 2.
Good. That's right.
Now, Fujisawa, her turn. Her first stone here. 2 Japanese stones and 1 Scottish stone remaining here. And Fujisawa on 86%. Not too far behind Eve Muirhead, but
Sweeper standing off this one. They think it's a little heavy. It is. Nana Sloan will sweep it to the back of the 12-foot.
Oh, that's a bad one. She had to freeze onto the stone of Scotland.
Okay, just touch 4 foot.
Okay, just kind of what you have. On centre line or just...
Yeah, well, right in front of that. Well, centre line's good actually. Yeah, basically right in the centre line.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
What did you been playing?
you heard where Eve Muirhead wants to place the red stone she's about to play, just on the centre line in the 12-foot.
I think it's a wee bit lighter.
Line game. 6.
I think it's a wee bit lighter.
Just 6. Just 6. Just 6. Full heads up.
Line's good.
Pretty nice looking weight. Should stop in the front ring without too much trouble. Just needs to get the line right here.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Good, Eve. Perfect.
Oh, nice shot from Eve Muirhead.
Yeah, that's it. Good judge.
Well done. Good, Eve.
Yes.
でもあっちのガードギリギリだな。
ちょっとこっちも一緒だよね。
ちょっと押す感じでいきたいね。
So last stone here in the 6th end. And that is the picture facing Skip Fujisawa for Japan as she comes to play her last stone. It's tight to get the draw down to the back stone there because of the one at the front.
なるにはなるね。なるにはなるけど。かな。ああ、90ぐらいか。
Well,
ああ、そんなに。
I think she has to make sure she doesn't stick on the front red stone there, which is beautifully positioned by Muirhead to cause the maximum irritation.
ついても輪にならず。なりそうだけど。
So she has to get past that and just draw in behind that top red stone that we see, the front of the red 4-foot circle. So
ここも出る出る5だろう。
facing 3 Scottish counters and trailing 7-2. This is the last stone of the 6th end. The problem here is you have to pass this front guard by almost nothing in order to get past the next guard. She will pass it, and she plays a great shot there to save Japan, losing another 3, and the score is back to 7-3 down.
4点差。Let's see.
Go to the wing with your first again.
Good. Good end. Yeah.
Got a hammer, so to the wing with yours first. Yeah. As long as we score.
So end number 7. Claire Hamilton once more playing
Line's good.
very good curling tonight.
Line's good. 7-8.
little bit heavy though this time.
I would say that erred on the professional side, Richard. You can't really afford to leave that one short.
More practice required.
Is that because you would end up spending money at a certain ice rink, Richard?
After you're a few games into this, if you are a league player and you play a lot of draw shots, you should really be pretty accurate. Shouldn't miss them by as much as that.
They are long days though, Richard. Scotland played this morning, then they've had this afternoon session off, and then they're on this evening.
You're just making excuses, laddie. I think Claire will be determined to make up for the first one with this.
Easy, just here. Just here, Vicky, not too deep. We don't want it too deep.
Stick to the house would be nice.
Get it in, no, get it in. Go, 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 go.
Sorry.
They lost that.
Yeah, that was a sweeping error.
Sometimes just take your eye off the ball a little bit when you're 4 up. Especially maybe when it comes quite easily, 6-1 after 3 ends. It's pretty one-sided at that stage.
Well, that couldn't have ended up in a worse place, Richard. If you hit this just the high side of the nose, you should be able to get rid of all 3 and roll yourself.
Can I maybe get a little bit less?
I think they'll end up leaving the one nearest the house somewhere in play. Here we go.
Okay.
Caught that one really thin.
Well, she can throw them heavy, but not very accurately tonight. A little bit off the boil, second player for Scotland, but it's not making any difference to the overall performance. Guard re-established. Now the chance to...
Yeah. Quarters will be far away.
I think you've actually got to catch this one quite fat, Richard, because you catch it thin, you could bounce off the outside yellow and bounce a shooter into the 4-foot. So I think you're probably looking to catch about 3/4. Just like that.
Well, that made up for the last one.
Good back.
Clearance and the shooter out of play as well. Good shooting from Adams.
That's better.
So again, Scotland just peeling the centre open.
And the problem with Japan here is that they haven't been able to establish the guards because they've had them too close together and allowed the clearance in front to take place.
Okay, whoa. That's not okay.
And a Sloan this time. Same clearance shot.
Whoa, no. Whoa. Oh. That's fine. Good job.
So away it goes. Blank house.
So was the call to come around the guard, I think, Richard?
Well, it looks a bit like it. Not making too much progress. Putting up the short guards, they're being whisked away. Perhaps got to try something different. So they do draw, but it's not covered, I don't think. I think it's fairly straightforward to remove. And we'll just move next door to the game on sheet B where US are playing Canada. And they're holding on to this one. Erica Brown and her team from Madison, Wisconsin. Erica lives in Oakville. In New Toronto. So this draw shot for a single point over Canada, and they make it to go ahead 3-2 after 6 ends. So a tight game next door to Japan against Scotland.
So I think Fujisawa will just play the freeze on the back red. How is the line and weight looking? It's pretty perfect. So will Scotland just elect to take their one, or will they have a blast at this, Richard?
Well, she certainly had to make a good shot there.
It's not got far to go.
And I think they're going to hit.
This is where you need to play the
It's
scoreboard,
got less
Richard.
to go
Just
this way, so I think. Yeah, I think
throw the draw.
There's no pressure at all. 7-3 ahead.
No. Could make a slight mistake with this and end up giving up steal. But like he says, doesn't have far to push the Yellowstone, so the way she's been playing, you've got to expect she's going to be making it.
I don't think she's got a huge amount to lose here trying this, but we'll soon see. Well done by Eve Muirhead. Clears the house of all stones, and the score will remain the same at 7-3 with that blank end.
Good job. Same again. Yeah. So, wing with you first. The wing with you first.
You're watching live coverage from the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship, coming to you live from the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. Our feature game this evening is between Scotland and Japan. Scotland leading 7-3 in this 8th end. I am Ken Edwards and I'm joined by Richard Harding. So Richard, what can Japan do to get something going here in the 8th?
They've really got to try and make sure the guards are well spread, and there's no chance for Scotland to remove more than one with one shot. Well, small chance there with that one going through the back by Claire Hamilton. So I really cannot understand why they want to put them so close together. Scotland can't remove these yet, because Claire Hamilton is the lead player. You have to have 4 stones played before you can start to remove these. So
it probably is just that centre line getting really slick. If you think about it, we've got a hell of a lot of people for that line.
chance for Japan here with that miss, but it would be relatively easy to remove that guard stone with one takeout. That pair of stones, one takeout.
So a chance for Vicky Adams to peel the guards. Clean. 88% plays 83.
Clean, go on up.
Not sure their stats are completely telling the story of the game.
Well looked after.
So a double peel will be pretty difficult with this one, so we'll just peel the single, the high one. So I think we'll see them pursue with the long guard. So this is Neo Ishikawa for Japan. And again, it's peeled off.
That was a hell of an extension.
So while we're waiting on Scotland to peel the guard, we'll take a look at sheet D. Latvia, Germany. Latvia needing to score to get back in the game.
Clean. Good throw.
Vegas lead, Vegas lead. Vegas lead, that's it.
So sweepers just
Good throw.
giving this a clean all the way down. Needs a piece of the forefoot. And a great throw. So Latvia now trail 5-3 over on sheet D. So this time Japan elected to come around the guard.
I don't mind. I think I probably prefer that. I think I prefer that.
the run because if you just catch that and
I
put
think
them
so.
in,
Yeah, okay. 3/4 finally. 2/3.
So a chance to maybe drive short guard back onto the one in the house.
I like this, I think. that's what I said to Anna. You just look like an idiot.
You're still going to have the out-turn draw.
Yeah, well, it's this guard that's going to get us in problem. We're going to have a double.
Yeah.
So there you see Eve Muirhead 95%. And Fujisawa 83. And the degree of difficulty for Muirhead has been pretty high.
Close.
Close.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Clear, 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 clear. Swing. Okay.
Just misses the double.
Fine. Good throw.
Ah. Thought I was going to curl in her.
So I think it'll just be another guard for Japan. Try and prevent Scotland having a route into the yellow in the forefoot. And this one needs the curl. But just comes right down in on top of it and makes a relatively easy double. So around half stone.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Just half stone.
Yeah.
The weight up. Yeah, just peel weight, same again.
So final stone of the 8th end, Eve Muirhead looking for a double.
Clean!
And will that squeeze out?
Good Eve. Good.
And Scotland do pick up their one.
It was horrendous. I nearly took it out with my leg.
So it is 8-3 after 8 ends.
Well, it's a horrendous slide. Oh my
I
god.
can see the leg. I even laughed when you were sliding.
It was so bad.
8-3. The lead then, and Japan thinking twice about whether to continue. And they will not continue. So victory for Scotland in this game by an 8-3 count after just 8 ends, and surely it was the 4 in the third end that really
Because if you think about it, we were just playing peel after peel after peel down the middle.
finished Japan off. 6-1 lead after 3 ends is tough to come back from, especially if you're playing against a skip like Eve Muirhead, shooting 95% tonight. Tough call.
So third end, and Eve Muirhead sitting 3, trying to draw for 4 with her final stone. Needs a piece of the 1 foot. Judges this to perfection, comes right down And Scotland pick up 4 to lead 6-1 after 3 ends. 6th end. Scotland sitting 3. Japan needing to draw fully 4 foot. And just played a little extra weight, tapped the red back to pick up the single. 8th end, Eve Muirhead facing 2, trying to play the double on the Yellowstones. Catches just enough, squeezes the yellow out and picks up the single, and the handshake was offered. 8-3, the final score over on sheet A. So other matches which are being played, which are yet to finish. USA, Canada, really tight. They are 3 each after 8 ends. Sweden lead Denmark 4-1, while Germany lead the host nation, Latvia, 5-3. There we see Scotland move to 4-1, Sweden 4-0, but are still on the ice playing along with Canada. Germany, they're also on the ice, so are USA, and China, Latvia propping up the table with 0 wins so far this week.
Eve, that was a great win tonight, and you came out the blocks really strongly with the 4 at the 3rd end.
Yeah, we came out a lot sharper than what we did, I think, every other game, because that's what we wanted to do, and first things first was to win that draw shot, which we did, pin a 2 up on the scoreboard, then I guess they have to score 3 to get past us. So yeah, got the 2, forced the 1, and then came away with that big 4-ender.
And your draw weight in particular tonight was devastating.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I found it, and I think tonight I did have it spot on, and the ice conditions are getting great out there. Like, it's start of the week it was a wee bit slower and it wasn't moving so much at weight, and out there tonight it was curling big, and as you say, like, I really liked my draw weight tonight.
Yeah, I really liked your draw weight too. I was watching them all. How come you can make 95% tonight, but the other day go down quite heavily to Sweden?
Do you know what? As I said after that game, it was one of those games, like, an inch here and there makes the scoreboard look huge, and it just wasn't our game. We always seem to have one round robin game where we get absolutely thumped off the park, and I'm glad, like, this is when we want to do it really, in the round robin stages. And I think if you look at our first few games, if someone asked me if I wanted to be sitting on 4-1 right now, I would definitely have taken it.
So in summary, what about the prospects then?
Yeah, I think we're looking good. I think we're in a good position. Tomorrow we've got Switzerland and Latvia, so we've got to come out sharp for those games as well. And I think if we can carry on playing the way we did tonight, Anna's playing great, Vicky's peeling great, and Claire's got her weight now. So if we can just keep that up for the rest of the games, and hopefully we'll be in about the playoffs.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
So there we see the scoreboard, 8-3, Scotland the winners this evening. And that's what they're playing for, a chance to lift the world title here in Latvia. So from Richard and myself here in the Volvo Sports Centre, you have been watching Scotland-Japan. Scotland victors 8-3. So thank you and good evening.
マイクチェックです。マイクチェックです。いかがでしょうか。マイクチェックです。マイクチェックです。いかがでしょうか。いかがでしょうか。スコットランド戦が終わったところです。これからスキップの藤沢さんにお話を伺います。いかがでしょうか。いかがでしょうか。いいですか。では藤沢さんに伺います。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
ちょっと点差が離れる展開になりましたけれども、振り返っていただいていかがでしたか。
もう負けたのは3エンド目に4点取られたところがもう負けた原因だと思います。
あそこはどうしてそういう展開になってたと思ってらっしゃいます。
まあ相手の攻めに、自分たちがついていけなかったっていう部分で、ドローショットのウエイトが全部強めでなってしまって、で私たちのミスの後に相手がビシッと決めてきたっていう部分でもう4点取られてしまいました。
スコットランドは経験はありますけれども同世代のチームで、これまでもヨーロッパで何度か戦って何度も勝ってきたチームだったと思うんですが、改めて世界選手権で戦ってみてどんな印象でした。
やはりスコットランドのスキップも何度も世界選手権を経験している方なので、世界でのその強さを持っていますし、そこで私たちが本番の弱さが出てしまったので、その氷の状態もよく滑る氷だったっていうのも私たちもつかめずにミスが出てしまったので、また明日修正してやっていきたいと思います。
切り替えですね。
そうですね、もう負けはもう反省をして明日切り替えるだけです。
明日2つ勝てばかなりトップ4も見えてくると思うんです。
そうですね、でも勝ちを意識せずにも一投一投集中すればつながってくると思うので、それに集中したいと思います。
お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
以上になります。中国系でしたら